Up everybody, this your boy LZ10. We back with another episode of Unproductive TV. And today I got somebody real special with me. I got one of my homies, a good friend of mine, a co-worker, somebody I'm inspired by, somebody just a good friend, man. Who we got with us today, bro?
We got Scorpio in the building, Scorpio SZN.
Hey, Scorpio. So man, I know we always kind of started off, I try to let people give a sense of who they are before we get into the conversation, but who is Scorpio and what's Scorpio season?
Scorpio, I'll say Scorpio season, like I said, like I always say, is a creator. Like I just really like just making something that'll stick out, something that doesn't sound like the next thing or something that doesn't look like the next thing. Just be very original. That's what I would say Scorpio is.
Definitely, I can sense that, and which gets me into my next question. I can sense that in your music and in the stuff that you do, in the presence of how you kind of present your artwork and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope for sure. So I've always been curious to ask you. Another question is, what are your musical influences? What were your musical influences, and what influenced you into being a creator?
For sure. It started off with me playing the trumpet. I was in middle school. I was playing trumpet. Then I got to high school. I ended up joining the marching band there, and I kept going with it. Eventually, my band director put FL Studio on my computer. I had been messing around with GarageBand, but I started running with FL Studio. I watched Straight Outta Compton, which kind of put me on to like the production side of music. Like I'd always heard about somebody rapping or somebody singing, but I never understood that I guess somebody has to make the beat that the person is singing or rapping on.
So you never thought that, you never paid attention to like it was a producer. You didn't even know that was even a somebody you could even be, huh?
Had no idea. Like I had always heard about like Kanye West or Dr. Dre or somebody or Timberlake, but I didn't know what those people were. I just knew those people. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, okay. They the ones.
Now you know why they revered and looked at like that. It's because these niggas that's making the sounds and the motion of everything that's going on.
Facts.
So that's what's up, man. So, damn, and then you started what? You started on the Fruity Loops and then recording. And then how did you become a music professional, though? What was that transition into, like, you know, making your own music and people trusting you to do their music? Because what people don't know is that Scorpio is also an artist, audio engineer, producer, or creative on the top of a whole bunch of other stuff. So you can't really put him under one category. It's a whole bunch of different hats and umbrellas he's holding. So let us know how that how was that process and how did that occur?
For real, I had always been like making beats, like I said. One of my cousins, he had introduced me to an artist, and I put up on him one day, and I started showing them beats, and they was really liking them. They was like, okay, you got something, they're kind of hard, I'm messing with it. Eventually, a little bit later after that, I went to college, and they would still hit me up. I was out of town in college. They would still hit me up talking about, yo, can you cook something like this, make a beat like this, and I'll send it back to them. And they was liking it. When I got back to the city, I ended up booking a session at a studio with a homie, and the engineer, he was like, you sound like you do this, you know what I'm saying? The way I was talking to the artist, and like you coaching them through it, like you know what, like it sound like you need to be here. So he was like, you might want to invest into this, like something like that. So I went to go do a little crash course.
Shout out, bro.
Yeah, shout out, bro, for sure. Jaden, some kid, yeah, he hard, for sure. He want to kind of put me onto it. But did a crash course with him, and I started taking what I learned there, went to the crib with it. People was coming to the crib to record, produce tapes. I ended up recording the whole tape at the crib, and it kind of started blowing up from there, because that tape was pretty hard. Everybody was liking it, and that's how I started breaking into getting an actual professional setting. People were seeing what I was doing, and they wanted me to do it on a professional level.
Damn, that's crazy. And now look at you now.
Facts.
Fucking producer, engineer, all that shit. So I know that becoming a music professional, I want to segue into something else a lot of people don't know. I know KC is changing, and like I was telling you in the car earlier, like now you are part of the new KC. And it's a whole bunch of different things that's going on with the new KC, and I feel like you guys are definitely learning from the people that was like before you, and y'all adding y'all own twist to it, and y'all got a little bit more. It's a lot more positive vibe stuff going on with the new KC, which I salute them for also. But speak on the new KC, because you are a part of the new KC now, because you're an artist, and let me know how you feel about the new KC and the scene and what's going on.
For sure, for sure. Me, I feel like it's obviously, like, it's obvious. Like, right now is a good time for music in Kansas City.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, everybody's very creative, there's a lot of talent that just needs to be showcased in the right way and put on in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's collaborating, everybody's making this dope sounds. Like you said, there's a new KC sound that's just coming and starting to rise up, and it just needs to be publicized the right way. You know, that's how I feel.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, I think the unity that y'all have and the unity that y'all trying to build, that's what's going to catapult it to where it need to be. You feel me? Like I was saying, like a lot of people don't respond unless people are responding and people are moving together, and then people respond and they pay attention to stuff like that. So I salute y'all for definitely moving together and doing what y'all do. That shit is dope. I'm loving it, watching it, and seeing and watching y'all grow. But another thing I want to get into is focus. Speak on focus, and because what people don't know, he has a really high sense of focus. Where did that come from, and where did that, like, how did you get birthed with that, and how did you like hone into that? Like being so young, because he's only 22,
Yeah.
Real young with a lot of focus. So really, how did that happen?
That kind of came from me just starting to realize that, to a certain extent, I know what I want. I know what I may not know everything that's going to be happening in the future, but I know what's best for me. Like, I would listen to a lot of people. Everybody would have their own idea about something. I was going to people for advice on what I'm trying to do, and I had to realize that they're giving me advice on their situation, not what I got going on. And so once I realized that and started just kind of listening to my own map that's in my head was telling me what to do, I just started focusing on that and just executing with what I know I needed to go get, what I needed to learn, who I needed to meet, pieces I needed to put together to solve the puzzle.
And figuring it out yourself.
Yup.
Damn, that's dope. That's dope. Salute you for that. I know sometimes it's hard when you figuring it out how to get out the crib and really get to a professional setting. Like, I had to go to school to do mine, and then definitely it was like, because I stayed in the city, it wasn't no opportunity, so I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Or none of this would have happened for sure. So it was like, shit, fuck it. But man, I want to talk about another thing that is changing, because you're a part of the new KC, but you're also a part of this new thing that's going on with you kind of make, you have the real cool, laid back love music, and the heartful music and stuff that you make.
Yeah.
And it has it definitely plays in resonance with the classic R&B and all that, but then you kind of add this bar-y effect to it that's like this new school is like going on, to where like, it's like y'all mixing harmony and bars together. Can you speak on that? Do you even know you doing that shit, or like?
For sure.
Like, can you speak on that, harmony and bars? How did that happen?
I got you, for sure. With me, when I approach music, like vocally anyway, it was always just harmony for real. Like you said, just a vocal. Like, I just like to play with melodies. You know what I'm saying? But I always have something to say. But going into it, once I started exploring with myself as an artist, I just wanted to make something that just sounded cool melodically, just something vibey. But I would always say something. But now, as I'm starting to explore myself, like understand who I am a bit more and be more true to myself, I'm able to apply bars to that a bit more. Cause like right now, I'm working on a project. It doesn't sound the same as like what people are used to hearing me put out. Like right now, it's a lot of melodic love songs, stuff like that. I'm not gonna say that there's none of that in the project, but you're gonna see the more, I guess you could say, more mature side of the creativity. I'm applying more to
with the vocals and stuff.
Wow. With the vocals and bars, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Mixing it together, that's dope, man. I'm excited to hear that shit and see what that's gonna be like for sure, man. And that's crazy, the harmony and bars. But yeah, I definitely love your music. I love definitely what you're doing with it, and the potency, and it's dope that you're making all the beats and stuff. Even though that's what we do here, but still, sure, it's like it's still dope to hear. And shit, harmony and bars, man. Yeah. And we cut. Cut, Eddie. Good job. We ran back through it there like a script.